Welcome to this explainer. Today, we are diving into a really unique, completely down-to-earth approach to men's mental health. We're looking at the work of Terry Bond, a professional based in Basingstoke, who is, honestly, just fundamentally changing how men experience therapy through his practice, Therapy Outdoors. If you've ever felt like traditional counseling just kind of isn't built for you, or maybe it feels a bit too clinical, well, you are definitely going to want to pay close attention to what we cover today.
Okay, let's dive into this. Worried therapy's going to feel awkward, or maybe way too emotional, or just plain hard to explain. Look, for so many men, these are the exact fears that just keep them stuck. There's this deep hesitation when it comes to seeking help. We worry we won't know where to begin, or that we have to show up with this perfectly articulated, neatly tied up story about what's actually wrong. But Terry's practice tackles these barriers head-on. He acknowledges right out of the gate that feeling unsure isn't just common, it's completely normal and totally valid.
And that brings us to the absolute core issue here, the pressure men carry quietly. In today's hyper-fast world, especially in those demanding corporate environments, it is so incredibly easy to feel completely overwhelmed, totally burnt out, and just plain exhausted. But society? It often expects guys to just, power through. It's like you're expected to carry the weight of the world without breaking a sweat. And this leads to a silent struggle. Men are carrying this heavy reality day in and day out, feeling like they have to keep it all together on the outside while they're absolutely struggling on the inside.
So, what kind of things does Terry actually help with? Well, a wide spectrum of life's heaviest challenges, really. Whether it's the crushing weight of burnout and stress, navigating anxiety and depression, or dealing with bereavement and grief. He also covers deeply personal issues like relationship difficulties, male infertility, and sexuality. He even explicitly offers support for men experiencing suicidal thoughts or just feeling entirely unable to cope. The big takeaway here, no matter what specific flavor of overwhelm you're dealing with, your struggles are represented on this list, and there is highly targeted, grounded support available for you.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how his approach completely shatters that intimidating, clinical myth of therapy. Let's be clear about what this is not. Therapy with Terry is not about fixing you, it's not some one-size-fits-all checklist, and it is definitely not about force talking before you're ready. Instead, what it is a space to just be yourself. It happens at your pace, entirely in your way. It's practical, it's real, and it's remarkably human. Ultimately, it's a chance to just feel a little less alone with all that stuff you're carrying around.
Section 1. Meet Terry Bond, MBACP.
What really stands out about Terry is his background. Before becoming a fully certified person-centered counselor with a Level 4 diploma and BACP certification, Terry actually spent years in the corporate world. Now, this is huge. It means he intimately understands the exact pressures, the daily corporate grind, and that quiet burnout that so many of his clients are facing. He isn't just bringing clinical expertise to the table, he's bringing genuine, real-world empathy. He speaks the language of his clients, offering support without all that clinical jargon that can make therapy feel so, alienating.
Section 2. Choosing your setting, indoors or outdoors. And this brilliantly illustrates how flexible the whole thing is. You actually have two very distinct options. On one hand, you have the indoors private room at the Grosvenor and Basing view. This is perfect for the guy who wants a quiet, fully private space to just sit, think, and talk things through without any distractions. But on the other hand, you have the outdoors walk and talk option, located around Basingstoke and Alton. Both settings are completely 100% confidential, but they cater to entirely different comfort levels. So really, there is no right or wrong choice here.
Actually, let's focus on that walk and talk option for a second, because honestly, this is a massive psychological benefit. For a lot of men, sitting face-to-face across from a therapist in a small, enclosed room can feel claustrophobic or just way overly intense. But walking side by side in nature, it completely shifts that dynamic. The pace is gentle. You aren't forced to make constant eye contact, which is a huge relief for many. It fundamentally removes that clinical doctor-patient feel of therapy, making it so much more approachable and natural to actually open up.
And don't just take my word for it. Take this really powerful testimonial from Julie Lamont, head of trustees at the Butterflies Bereavement Charity. She notes, he is calm, understanding, and makes you feel completely at ease. Terry is not only highly skilled, but also genuinely committed to helping people work through life's challenges. That is just incredible social proof, isn't it? It completely reinforces that Terry truly does create the safe, non-judgmental space he promises.
Section 3. Taking the first step.
So, the crucial point here is surprisingly simple. Quote, you do not need to have the right words. We start wherever you are. If you take away absolutely anything from this explainer today, please let it be this. You do not need a script. You don't need to have analyzed your own problems perfectly before showing up. You quite literally just have to show up.
And that right there completely dismantles the fear of not knowing what to say.
The process itself is practically frictionless. It's designed to be totally low stakes. Just 3 simple steps. Step 1. Book a free 20-minute discovery call. That's it. It isn't a massive commitment. It's just a quick chat to ask some questions and see if you're a good fit. Step 2. Choose your setting. You decide if you want the privacy of the indoor room or the gentle pace of the outdoor walk. And Step 3. Just talk at your own pace. The whole shebang is that simple. Truly down-to-earth support.
Terry is also completely 100% transparent about the investment. It is exactly £55 for a 50-minute session. That means there's no financial mystery to solve, no complicated insurance jargon to decipher or worry about. It's just straightforward, clear, transparent pricing.
So I want to leave you with a final question to consider. You already know you don't need the right words to start. So are you ready to take the first step? If you are a man feeling stuck, totally burnt out, or just overwhelmed by it all, Terry Bond's approach proves that therapy absolutely doesn't have to be a clinical, forced, or intimidating experience. Whether it's sitting in a quiet room or walking side by side through nature, a completely different, better kind of support is out there waiting for you. Thanks for joining me for this explainer, and I really hope this provided a clear path forward for those of you who need it.